Hey, did I ever tell you about the man who taught his asshole how to talk? His whole abdomen would move up and down, you dig, farting out the words. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard. This ass talk had a sort of gut frequency. It hit you right down there like you gotta go. You know when the old colon gives the elbow and it feels sort of cold inside and you know all you have to do is turn loose? Well, this talking, it hit you right down there. A bubbly, thick, stagnant sound, a sound you can smell. This man worked for a carnival, you dig, and to start with it was like a novelty ventriloquist act. Real funny, too, at first. He had a number he called the Better All that was a scream, I tell ya. I forget most of it, but it was real clever, like, "Oh, I say, are you still down there, old thing?" No, ya Captain. I had to go boop. Well, after a while, the ass starts talking on its own. He would go in without anything prepared, and his ass would ad-lib and toss the gags back at him every time. Then it developed sort of teeth-like little raspy incurving hooks and started eating. He thought this was cute at first, and he built an act around it, but the asshole would eat its way through his pants and start talking on the streets, shouting out it wanted equal rights. It would get drunk, too, and have these crying jags. Nobody loved it. It wanted to be kissed, same as any other mouth. Finally, it talked all the time, day and night. You could hear him for blocks, screaming at it to shut up, beating it with his fists, sticking candles up it. But nothing did any good, and the asshole says to him, "It is you who will shut up in the end, not me. Because we don't need you around here anymore. I can talk, and I can eat, and I can shit." Well, after that, he began waking up in the mornings with a transparent jelly like a tadpole's tail over his mouth. The jelly was what the scientists call UNDT, undifferentiated tissue, which can grow into any kind of flesh on the human body. He would tear it off his mouth, and the pieces would stick to his hands like burning gasoline jelly and grow there, grow anywhere on him a glob of it fell. So finally his mouth sealed over and the whole head would have amputated spontaneous. And by the way, did you know there's a condition that occurs in parts of Africa and only among niggers where the little toe amputates spontaneously? So yeah, the whole head would have amputated spontaneous, except for the eyes, you dig. That's the one thing the asshole couldn't do was see. It needed the eyes. But nerve connections were blocked and infiltrated and atrophied or whatever, so the brain couldn't give orders anymore. It was trapped in the skull, sealed off. For a while, you could see the silent, helpless suffering of the brain behind those eyes. Then finally, the brain must have died because the eyes just went out. And there was no more feeling in them than a crab's eyes on the end of a stalk.